Hi, I'm Tina. I help experts turn their IP into certification and licensing programs. And today I want to talk with you about what is the difference between certification and licensing. Chances are you hear both of these phrases used interchangeably, and it might feel a little confusing as to like, how do I know what it is? How do I know which one I want that I maybe want to create for myself and my business? So from a very simple definition perspective, a license is about the what, certification is about the who. So the license is about what people can and can't do with your stuff. It's about the permission that you're giving them to utilize your IP in a specific way. You can do this, you can't do that. You can use it here, you can't use it there. You can use it for this long, you can offer it to this type of person in this way, but not this way, etc. It's all about the permission. A license is the foundation of anything. You can offer a license on its own as a standalone. I'll talk about that in a moment. But a license is always included in a certification because it's about the permission. It's simply the permission piece of what people can and can't do with your IP. Now, certification is about the who. It's about the person or the organization that you are certifying. And it's about putting your stamp of approval essentially on someone, saying this person or this organization has gone through a testing process, a training process, a testing process. They've met certain criteria. They meet certain standards. They've agreed to certain things in the way they're going to operate and how they show up in the work that they're going to do. And as they meet those standards, they meet that criteria, then they earn their certification, right? So certification is where you are again saying to the world, here's this person. They know this stuff. They know it in this way. They know how to utilize it. They know how to work to meet certain standards, etc. Again, it's your stamp of approval that you're putting on someone to put them out into the world that way, right? And people who become certified, it very much is an identity thing for them quite often too. That's part of the value of where and why people want to become certified is they want to be known as a certified X. They want to be a part of a community. They want to be able to leverage your brand and your reputation and all of those things that already exist out there. So there's lots of value in the certification model. Of course, I talk about that model quite a bit. It's the one that I've built my business on for the past 15 years. There are some amazing things too, though, from the licensing side. And there can be some really cool, even simple ways that you might license your IP to others. A very common one is to license into corporations. So let's say you have a leadership training of some kind. You might create a license that a corporation has to use your training with their teams for up to a certain amount of people. They can only use it in a certain way. They can access it for a certain amount of time, and then they need to renew or pay more or whatever that might be. You're giving them permission, again, to utilize your IP, but they're not becoming certified through that process. You're not testing them. You're not even necessarily training them. You might do live training, you might do digital training, etc. There's different ways to approach that, but you're not certifying them to become a certified, whatever that might be. Another one in our online world, those of you who've maybe worked in the online coaching, training, etc. world for a long time now, another really cool thing, I think there's a lot of opportunity around this from a licensing perspective, is when you have a particular area of expertise, who do you know that might be able to utilize that expertise within their program so that they don't have to go and develop that expertise on their own? I have a friend who runs a year-long program. There's a certain piece that she wanted to include for her students that frankly isn't her area of expertise, right? It's not something she wants to teach. It's not something she knows how to teach. It's not something she wants to, have to work out and figure out on her own. So she licensed the content from a friend of hers who has expertise in that area so that she can bring that content, she can bring that curriculum into her program and not have to do it herself. Right. But again, the people going through that program, they're not becoming certified. They're not whatever with that in any way. It's just strictly a license for her to take and utilize and share this material through her program. Right. So there can be some beautiful ways to license some of the IP you've created. And if you're wanting to really continue to build and expand your own brand through the certification model, and as I've talked about in other videos, you have more people out there working under your brand and your and continuing to serve people and so on. There's some amazingness there too. But just to understand that distinction, right? If somebody's saying, I want to offer a license, It's usually a simple, here's what you can and can't do, here's what you're getting with it. Whereas a certification definitely requires some more in-depth training and testing and various other things. When done well, I will say too, there absolutely are certifications I see out there, and frankly, it's a pet peeve of mine where it's like, hey, sign up for this program, and all you got to do is sign up and you're automatically certified. And it's like, okay, that person's not tested, they're not trained, do they actually know what no, they don't, right? Like that's a certification that's going to get itself in a bunch of trouble at some point, frankly. So we want to be aware of that too, even on the purchasing end of things, right? Like what's behind this certification? What's behind this license? What am I actually getting here? And know for yourself too, is there more value in going the licensing route and or the certification route, or maybe a bit of both in different ways? Or there can be some really fun options for how these pieces come together. All right, if you are curious about certification or licensing for yourself, go ahead and take the quiz. I have the Ready Set Certify quiz here. You'll find the link with this video, and that will lay out, take a look at what you have, your existing status of where you're at in your business, and give you specific next steps on what to explore if this is a model that you're interested in. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.